Hey, pre-notification gang. Yeah, Nintendo's on a bit of an L streak right now. No good. There's the resub feels. Did you hear about the Twilight TV show in the works? Yeah, that's incredible timing. That is actually incredible timing. Thanks the resub. Wayball, Purple, Mary, and Kai. And Pizza Man. And the tier 1 Gushing Granny. You should audition for the show. Oh my god, I'd love to be in the Twilight TV show. Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know how I'd even get my name on the board there for that. That'd be cool though. Thanks the resub. Angel, Pelican, Seabass, Captain, and Slice. See the RuneScape drama? Only caught the cliff notes. I haven't seen Oda's videos on it yet. Thanks the resub. Sarah, Puka, Angel, and Gobles. They give sub Seabass. The new Fast X trailer came out today. Did it? They finally dropped it. Oh yeah, they did. Thanks to the resub Static and the gift sub Gushing Granny and tier 1 Connor and Bits Chatty. Thanks to gift sub Cuffed. You hear about the FPS body cam game? Yeah, it's called Unrecorded, right? Thanks to tier 1 Rock and resub Beetle and the Bits Cage. No, it's not a Twilight reboot. It's a Twilight TV series. Thanks to the resub Nix, Dean, Silrus, Tushiro, and the Prime Jason. That's very vague, Goth. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Thanks to the resub, Luna. Thanks to resub, Spencer, Mystic, and Tall. Tyler the Great Warrior auction started an hour ago. Oh yeah, I saw. The bids are up to 80k, so I was way off. And no, I don't like analog horror at all. I find it very boring. And yeah, I saw the Twilight thing. I'm excited. Thanks to resub, Wagon and Tier 1 Bunyan. And the Tier 1 Anarchy. And the resub, Knee. Oh, I did see that, Goth. I didn't realize they were cheerleaders. I just saw the story about two girls that got I didn't know it was two. I just saw the story about a girl who got in the wrong car and the driver shot them. Or her. I didn't even know it was two people. Over the last like 3 days, there have been multiple cases of people getting shot for the most trivial shit. Showing up to the wrong house, ordering a pizza to the wrong house, pulling into the driveway of the wrong house. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Exit tier 1, or the resub, Orange, Riley, Majesty, Model, Hoobie, and tier 1 Espion. Calling someone an NPC. Well, it didn't get them shot, that got them stabbed. Exit Prime. Justly, and the resub Arisen. Oh, yeah. We talked about the Fox News lawsuit. I didn't see the settlement, but yeah, I did know that it concluded. Chat kept me up to date on it. So they had to pay out $775 million. Nice. That's big. Thanks to the resub. Bobby Cubes and the gift sub Wandering in tier 1 kidneys. Huh. You'll do fine, Goth. I believe in you. Thanks to the resub Stondai. And tier 1 Alley and the Bits Snacks. This is tier 1 Thick in the resub Zamataz. Hey Coder, yeah, I didn't know it was up to 100k, but I saw the Tyler the Great Warrior auction went live. It was at 80k last I checked, so I was way off. I really did not think it'd be going in like above 50k. But I was wrong. Thanks for resub Dio, Honey, and the Bits Bobby. I think it'll hit a milli. No, there's no way it hits a million. I just don't believe that. Thanks to the gift sub, Courtney. The Nintendo subreddit doesn't like you very much. That's surprising because they're the ones that should really be the angriest at Nintendo. Thanks to resub, Icy. Thanks to the Bits Bunyan. And sleep well, Goth. And thanks to the resub, Brojo. Nintendo fans are the biggest dick riders ever, though. Yeah, not really. I don't even see them support Nintendo for a lot of this really awful shit they do. Like, how do you support them taking 25 to 30% of a man's income for the rest of his life due to the hacking thing? Like, on the tier list of crimes, that's about as low level as it gets. He made 300k over the course of 7 years from hacking their console. Nintendo wouldn't even open their eyes for 300k. And not only that, but they sent him to jail for 40 months. Thanks to resub, BB, and the Bits Gushing Granny, and Goth. I don't think I've ever actually been on the Nintendo subreddit. I am curious. What was their coverage like of the Gary Bowser situation? Because like I said, I can't imagine they'd support it. Like, as a Nintendo fan, you should want, like, happy things. That's like the whole motto. Every action Nintendo does goes fully against their mission. This is not a very active subreddit at all. Holy shit. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they're not even celebrating this hacker thing. What are you talking about? I'm reading it right now. Thanks to resub, Ryan, S-Borg, J-Tank, Gummy, and Tier 1. Nope. And Tier 1. Virtual. Check the post about you. Oh, there's a whole post about me? Why? Just because I talk about their big L's? The one from an hour ago? 3 days. Oh. Why did that not open up the comments? Oh, there we go. One of the most outspoken critics is a guy named Lolly Mayhem. I think that's one that we can safely disregard. This is like such a fringe community of the Nintendo subreddit, though the vast majority don't support Nintendo ruining that guy's life, but then you have Lolly Mayhem going on a tangent. Yeah, I put absolutely no stock. I don't think this is representative of the Nintendo subreddit's attitude around the hacker situation. Thanks to your sub Overflow, Jane, and the Prime Prince link. You got a warning first, so that guy is dumb. Nope, different guy. Couldn't even do the bare minimum to confirm if that was true or not. That was a different guy, not Gary Bowser. I just looked that up, unless the source I read was wrong. No, here. I'll go back to it. The guy who got the warning and continued was one of the others from Team Executor, if I remember correctly here. Let me see if I can just go to my history and open the source. Here. Yeah, it was this guy. This was, I'm pretty sure it was Matthew that got the warning and continued, not Gary Bowser. At least this is the one that I saw. Thanks for resub Chris Himothy, correct, Crub, Command, and Prime comic. The Jake Lucky tweet and the OSRS drama. I haven't watched Oda's video yet, or videos yet, so I'm not caught up. Did he talk about the fish tank live stuff? I haven't watched it yet, but I talked about it yesterday. I saw it went live, apparently popping off. It's very much a both people are wrong situation. Well, yeah, absolutely. Gary Bowser and the squad broke the law, needed to be punished, and I think 40 months in jail is apt, as opposed to another 50 years of him paying 25 to 30% of his income to a multi-billion-dollar corporation that doesn't care about that money at all. They just want to ruin his life as much as possible. If it was up to them, they probably would have given him the death penalty. Thanks to Prime Roj, and the 5 gift subs Roj. Thank you for that. And the resub Chef Boyardee. Nintendo's trying to send a message to not fuck with them. That message would have been received loud and clear with 40 months in jail. This was more than just sending a message. This was actually just trying to get this man to fucking kill himself, basically. Thanks to resub loser. You see the trailer for the body cam FPS game on Steam? Yep, unrecorded. I saw. Do you think him killing himself would be bad for Nintendo's rep? Nope. They don't care. They'd probably celebrate. If he makes the average wage of 50K, at best he'd pay it off in the next millennia. Yeah, and now he is a convicted felon fresh out of jail, which means there's no way he's getting a job that's going to be paying 50K a year. No shot. So we'll give him 2 millennia and he'll finally pay off the 14 million he owes Nintendo for the rest of his life now. What did he do? He and his team basically jailbroke Switches, as well as other consoles. That was their big one, so they'd sell these hacks for money. 40 months in jail sounds about right for that crime. $14 million paid over the course every month for the rest of his life is excessive. Thanks for the bits, bloop. How much did he make? 300K over the course of 7 years. Thanks the resub, Elliot. And apparently held people for ransom and brick switches. Oh, yeah. That whole team was extremely controversial. Yeah. Team Executor, there was this thing where, like, they had anti-piracy measures on their pirated software. Like, their hacks came with certain protocol where it would, like, brick your shit if it detected, like, foul play or something. Yeah, no, that whole team was pretty fucked. But even still, 40 months in jail is plenty for that. Thanks for the resub, Comet, Doom, and the gift sub Christmas tree. Oh, that's exciting, Jared. I'm excited to hear it. That's fucking huge. Thanks for the resub, Steven. Yeah, I only caught the general cliff notes of this Pokemon situation. I saw this video, which I guess I'll play it to give like a summation.
Pokemon cards just happened. There have been pictures circulating around the internet of people with stacks and stacks and stacks of very rare, very holographic, very hard to get cards. Simultaneously, for the past couple of months and or years, people have been complaining about the fact that they buy thousands and thousands of packs of Pokemon cards and don't get any hits.
That's what I said back when I was still opening modern Pokemon card sets. It was shocking how often you'd open an entire booster box and get nothing of any interest. Just actual dog shit on top of dog shit. But I just always assumed that's like Pokemon pull rates. I didn't know there was any type of potential foul play.
Hits are good cards, so they don't get any nice cards, and that's because apparently people who work at the company that prints Pokemon cards have been taking the good cards off the line and hiding them, saving them to then sell them bulk to people, and they got caught doing it because they're morons, and they go to a fucking local game store with 70 Umbreons, and that raises some red flags.
Yeah, but they got away with it for a long time. It's not like they're that fucking stupid. Clearly they were able to get away with it for a pretty extended period of time. This is something that has allegedly been happening for quite a while.
So it started with one picture, and now it's up to like 7 or 8 different pictures of just stacks of these holographic cards that, you know, people have spent a lot of money trying to get. And the whole thing about them is that, like, you know, if you want the rarest card in the set, like a Charizard, you're going to keep opening packs until you get a Charizard. But if every Charizard that goes across the line gets taken out, there's no Charizards to be had. And people will just keep buying packs. And that's bad. That's bad for the community. That's bad for individuals. That's really bad for the Pokemon company. That's really bad for this printing company. Y'all, I don't think anything like this has ever happened. I don't think you understand the gravity.
I would wager a guess that this has happened before. Like, statistically, it absolutely has to have happened before. Since there's workers on the lines, assuming all of this is just a theory, but assuming all of this is accurate, I find it hard to believe that there wouldn't be some bad actors along the pipeline that just take some of the high chase cards for themselves. There has to be a way. Just skim it. But maybe now it's just getting to a point where there's so many people doing it that now it's very clearly having an effect on the overall ecosystem of the TCG.
For like years now, this must have been happening. It goes far back, from what I can tell. And this is not... This is like the craziest thing that's ever happened. It's almost like when Logan Paul opened up that box of like first editions and it turned out to be fucking Popeye cards or something.
G.I. Joe cards.
This is kind of like that, but worse. Like, imagine if you had a child who was really into Pokemon and all they wanted to do was complete their set or play the game, just fucking get cards so that they could actually play the game. And you spend money, your hard-earned money, on these expecting a result. And yes, you're not always going to get a card. You're not always going to get the card you want or the rarest card. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're taking a chance.
But they don't even exist in these packs for the most part. Like, they are so much rarer than they should be. That's fucking crazy. And, like, apparently they were all, like, cut really well, which means that they were really crisp and nice and not, like, damaged at all or whatever. So, like, the market is about to implode and everything is going to fall apart. And this is the craziest thing that's ever happened in trading cards.
So that's kind of the general overview. Leading theory is the workers are swiping the cards off the line and selling them on the open market, like at local game shops and shit. Which is, like I said, very possible and shocking that it's not more commonplace, that this would be the first time that's happened. But that's kind of the situation in a nutshell. So these pictures started circulating where these people were taking in fucking crazy amounts of these cards. Like nobody, literally nobody, is going to have pulled all of this. There's an actual 0% chance. No game shop in all of America would have been able to pull this, even if they bought like a 200k inventory from Pokemon. They wouldn't have pulled all this. So this is clearly fresh from the fucking line. And apparently there's like 7 or 8 photos just like this of people trying to offload all of these cards. They're not fakes nor confirmed real. That was the other theory, that they could have been fakes. Like a big counterfeit, like a bootlegging of the cards. So you said they're not fakes nor confirmed authentic? Why would you offload that many at once? Well, because like the guy in the video said, they're fucking stupid. Like, this literally just blew it all up for all of them. And this is... So, the value of Pokemon cards isn't... It's not, you know, schmeckles. Like, we're talking doubloons. This is a lot of money that they have directly stolen from the printing company. This would be like an actual prison sentence. This is a big crime. Like, this is a lot of money. And it's illegal. So... them having this and offloading it all at once has completely shined the spotlight on it and will probably lead to quite a few people going to jail once there's an investigation. And it won't be like a light prison sentence. It'll probably be like, I don't... What's like a... What's the one above theft? Like a... What? There's different tiers. There's petty theft. There's theft. I don't think it's grand theft or larceny, right? No, I don't think so. Is it larceny? Maybe it is larceny. It would be a pretty decently sized sentence. Like, this wouldn't be a slap on the wrist. It's a lot of money that they're stealing from this company. And it's the Pokemon company. That is the highest grossing franchise in the entire world. By a big margin. It is the biggest media empire that you have fucked with. And Nintendo is associated with them, and we know how litigious and evil they are. These people are fucked now, once this investigation goes through. Thanks the resub God, Tree, and Skip in the Prime Wave. Why does it say allegedly, though? Well, because it hasn't been 100% confirmed beyond a shadow of a doubt. Like I said, there's still potential that they're really convincing fakes, but other than that, the only possible other means they would have had to acquire all this is straight from the company, straight from the line themselves. They'd be a worker there, or have access to it somehow. So the only saving grace for these guys is if they try and claim that they've counterfeited these. They might get off with a lighter sentence. I really don't know. But past that, they're kind of dead to rights. I'm assuming these are newer cards? Yes. And it's apparently been going on for a couple years now. Thanks, Resub. Halls, Toast, and Rugged. Yep, just made something on that earlier today, Beaches. What's illegal about it? Why do I need to explain it? Brother, you can't just steal the expensive cards from your job and then sell them yourself. Well, you can't steal them to begin with. That's already a crime, stealing. But then to turn around and sell them yourself, that's another added crime on top of that. Like, you can't do that. So some of these cards here, is this the one that has the Umbreon or the Sylveon? I don't remember, but one of the cards in this set, somewhere on this side, each one of these is $151, and they were trying to offload like 70 or 80 that you would never pull through just buying boxes. You would have to spend like $1 million on boxes to get that many. The Umbreon is $500 raw. Is it 500? I thought it was 151. Oh, well, even more than I expect, even more than I thought. Thanks, Resub. Midnight, Worthwhile, Prosciutto, and Tier 1, Achilles. Imagine how much they've made in total. Yeah, I have no idea. It's so hard to know. Because this is just one actual smooth brain idiot that tried to offload his entire haul in one spot. But how many of them were just going to many different local game shops, selling a couple here and there over the course of these years? I really do wonder. It's gotta be a lot. It's gotta be. This had to have been done for a set called Chilling Rain because the pull rates are so notably bad it's been nicknamed Chilling Pain. Well, as the guy in the video explains here, this is something that has most likely been going on for years, which is why all the pull rates have been so bad for so long. And he's right. Like, his speculation is probably right. Even when I was still pulling modern set Pokemon cards, like, I'd get like 10, 15 booster boxes, open them on stream, and I'd get nothing. And that was what, 3 years ago? Voice crack, 3 years ago now? Just RNG. True. Yeah, just bad RNG. Thanks, Resub, Orc, and the Prime, Chris. I bet this happens in other TCGs, it just hasn't been discovered yet. That's what I was saying. Like I imagine this has to have been going on for quite a while, in other places as well. It's just Pokemon is so big now that as they get new workers on board, more of them are probably taking cards from the line, so it's much more noticeable. Thanks, a Prime Gold. Thanks, Resub Cray. Wonder what kind of safety measures they have to stop this from happening. Yeah, I have no clue, really. No telling. Oh, this is where I got the 151 from. It was this article. And it was the Espion. Very interesting, though. Very, very interesting. These are the 5 gift subs: Paxel and Tier 1 Sarah, and the resub Joe, Des, Hollow, and Scout. No, like we can watch the Oda videos in just a little bit. I was just gonna watch them on my own later, but we can just catch up on the situation tonight. I am very curious about it. This is one of those rare instances where RuneScape drama leaks out into the mainstream. I've heard a lot of people talking about it. I work in a fruit processing factory and they have a shit ton of cameras. I would think that Pokemon factories would have more cameras. Well, they probably do. If I had to speculate on how they're swiping the cards, I would have to imagine that it's during the cutting process. So what happens here is there's these big sheets, kind of like this, huge sheets, and they're all like you see it here. You know what? I'll pull up exactly what I'm talking about for Yu-Gi-Oh! Starlights. They actually give these away. Okay, so here. If I had to guess, what's happening is these workers are getting here during this part of the process. The cards get put on a big sheet. These are all Starlight rares. They swipe the sheet and cut them themselves. That would be my guess on how they're doing it. Which would also explain like the incredible quantity that they have, as opposed to individually swiping each and every one after they're cut. Thanks to give sub Sleepy in the resub, Jeremy, and Greg in the Primes in. You might be right, Biz. And thanks to the gift sub, Fatty, and the bits chiseled. Out of Action? I haven't heard of that game before. How would you smuggle something that big? Oh, that I have no idea. You'd need some kind of like getaway car or something. I have no idea how you'd smuggle it. All I'm saying is this is where I think they're swiping it during this part of the process. It's the only spot that I could see them even having a chance at getting this quantity of hyper rares. Thanks to the resub Vestal. Why not right after the cut? Because you'd have to take individual cards. You'd increase the time you're there taking the cards. B, you'd also make it more difficult to get a huge quantity. I feel like it'd just be harder. I could be wrong. Maybe they do wait till after they're cut. But I feel like if you take it during the sheet, you cut out an entire step, which gives you a little more time. Would be my guess. It's just my theory on how they do it. But then you'd have to cut it perfectly. I just don't imagine it's that hard to cut it perfectly. Not in today's climate. There's so many ways of doing shit like that. We have the technology. Thanks the resub Hall and the bits Aussie. This must be happening in Yu-Gi-Oh! Too. Konami has insisted they're not short printing, but rare cards still have less. Maybe we've been blaming the wrong person. I think it probably is. Here, if you want something really interesting that I've talked about on stream, like if we just historically look at card printings, let's take, for example, Pokemon. When I was opening old Pokemon boxes, you would get 12 of your biggest cards from that box. 12. 12 hollows. I think it was 12, right? I'm pretty sure it's 12. Regardless, you'd get a good portion. And then if you look at it today, if you get a box, you're lucky to get one. Like one decent card. Thanks, resub bread, wave, and slap. TCW, that card shop, made a statement on Twitter or where? Oh, statement from TCW regarding the photo of stolen cards. Of course, it's through Facebook, which is entirely useless. We'll just go to Reddit. Okay, so it looks like they're actively investigating. Seems like they took all of the right steps. Happy birthday, Drip. Thanks a resub, Poggy, Skyhawk, McDill, and Jake. All rare cards are in the same sheet, so after they cut, they just take a bunch full of rare cards. Yeah, I just pulled up the Yu-Gi-Oh! One for the Starlights. All the Starlights are on the same sheet, so for Pokemon, I imagine it's much of the same. All of the, like, Rainbow Rares, all of the Hyper Rares are on the same sheets. I just figured they'd take the sheet and cut it themselves. To me, that made sense, but maybe you're right. Maybe that's harder than just taking the cards after they're cut. Damn. Holy shit. Why would you film this yourself? It is a crime. It is literally a crime. You're filming your own crimes. I will say one good thing that's come out of like this TikTok clout goblin culture is people actually film themselves committing crimes, which pretty often has led to them getting repercussions. Doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen sometimes. All that just to flex. This matter remains under investigation and cannot comment on the details at the time. However, we can confirm Sword and Shield booster packs and products were shipped to retail as intended, and we have no indication that the integrity of the products were impacted by any confirmed or unconfirmed theft. Furthermore, we continue to significantly invest in both the production and security of the TCG business. We value the faith our fans put in us and our products. Okay. Thanks, Resub Gundam, Quibi, and the give sub Sarah, and the bits gravy. If they don't recall that pack, fuck them. They're not going to recall anything. I'll tell you right now. There's a 0% chance they're going to recall anything. But they're going to really need a thorough investigation to figure out where these breaches are happening. Thanks, Resub Dev. Do you think the value of Pokemon cards overall will drop? I don't know. I actually have no idea what kind of effect this is going to have on the market. I'm curious. So the time that this article came out, which was 3 p.m. today? Yeah, I guess 3 p.m. today. They listed the Umbreon at $641 down here. Or $674 down here. Let's see what it is right now. The Umbreon VMAX. It's not even showing on TCG Player. Why not? Oh, here it is. And right now on TCG Player, the price has stayed the same. It's $645. Oh, yeah, no, $645. This was a damaged one for $500. So, as of right now, there's no, like, panic dropping or anything, it looks like. Though it's only been 3 days since the story broke. So I guess we'll just have to see. Pokemon too big for something like this to affect it. That's where you're wrong. See, like, that's what I would have normally thought. But I don't know. This video, as well as the articles, have convinced me, like, this is happening on such a large scale that it really will have some kind of effect on that whole secondary TCG market. It'd have to. It's already altered the pull rates. Pocus scam? Hey, for once this is not the Pokemon Company's fault. This is absolutely just greed from some workers somewhere along the pipeline. Thanks, Resub Moss. How much do you think they care about the secondary market? A lot. The reason people buy cards is for those big pulls. So if there's people stealing the cards and just selling all of the chase ones on their own straight from the line, taking it out of everyone else's boxes, people are going to stop buying the packs. No one's going to bother buying packs. Why would you if you know there is a huge chance that you're not going to get anything because it's already been taken? I think the resub stoned. Pretty wacky though. This actually reminds me of what I think it was 7 years ago, 6 years ago. There was some problem with the Pokemon pipeline for, was it? It must have been right before Sun and Moon, or maybe it was Sun and Moon, where it was actually mapped out. So if you opened a booster box, you could actually pick out each individual pack that would have the hyper rares. That had some kind of flaw with the way they packaged it. So you would count, I think it was every 3 packs left to right would have a hyper rare, something like that. So what you would do, or what people would do, is they get the booster box, they'd open it, they'd take all the ones that they knew would be hyper rares, and they'd just sell the other packs loose, or repackage with other commons, and you'd never have to open them, you'd never have to weigh them or anything. That was the Sun and Moon base set. Max Mofo made a video on it. Max Mofo did make a video on it. That's where I learned it from. That's right. Thanks for resub. Lycan Delusion on the Prime. Sheplotsky. The bit stinky. I have no idea, Stinky. I don't know how that works. And hope it's going well, Corkscrew. Thanks for resub. Weedball. Alright. I'll watch the fast trailer and then we'll check out the OdaBlock situation. Fucking hype. Cool. Now that's a movie. True. Thanks Prime Bailey and the resub Kenobi. And it's Corkscrew, Meal, and Jackson. Yep, we talked about that, Meal. There is a lot of silliness to that one. Thanks to resub Cav. And the Prime Dods. And the resub Vana. That was totally wicked. That was pretty wicked. Apparently, this is the last one. Or maybe it's Fast 11, I can't remember. We're getting real close to the end of the franchise. It's coming up. I think it's the Prime Addict. They said 11. That's the one then. That's when they'll end it. Thanks for resub Waisu. Now I want him to start doing Triple X again. No, you don't. Don't you remember they did Triple X, what was it, 2017? Oh, wow. That was almost a fucking disaster. Wow. I'll do it up here, because there's absolutely going to be porn with that. I think it was 2018, The Return of Xander Cage. Okay, just porn, huge. What was it called? Is it Return of Xander Cage? It is. 2017. And it was a big stinkerooski. It was pretty wild. Thanks, resub. Mallory, Freaky, and Neil. And the bits chiseled. And the bits. Push. This. Yeah, this looks super early into development. Movement looks cool. game looks cool. This does look pretty cool. What's the point of the red dot side if you can't ADS? Thanks for 5 gift subs, Heffy, and tier 1 Mel, and Subfusion. Oh. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Easy resub Bob Bill. Alright, let's check out what this drama is about. So it's this one, right? Or is it... Fuck, is it 3 videos? I thought it was 2. That's quite a bit of lore. No, it's just the last 2. Okay. I know the general basics from what I've seen on Twitter. So OdaBlock got his accounts permanently banned due to paid account sharing. And OdaBlock is saying that's a load of baloney. Apparently, he said, like, one of them, that would make sense if they wanted to ban him for it, but not the other one. And also it's something that a lot of people commonly do. And then it got really deep, so apparently Mod Trident, his name's come up a lot, and then someone named Stella. I don't exactly know what role they play in this. I'm assuming Mod Trident's the one that, like, escalated his case or banned him, would be my guess. Mod Trident's Twitter is currently locked for violating the Twitter media rules. Interesting. Alright. Let me catch the
no hate to
the details staff. Here.
Majority of them have been very respectful towards me, but this video is to highlight the corruption of Mod Trident and how easily he is getting away with everything. Alright, let's get to it. So this is the reason on why they banned me. I'm going to read it out loud from one of the community managers. I don't want to say his name because I don't want a lot of hatred to go towards him. Hey Oda, I just want to reach out to you and let you know ahead of time, as I know last week has been a bit of a difficult one, but I'm having to be the bad bearer of news once more. The anti-cheating team reached out to us earlier today following some of their routine checks and informed us that permanent bans have been applied to 2 of your accounts, Bold and Omar.
Rest in peace.
The reason behind the bans is due to significant hours of paid account services on both accounts. The team have been extremely diligent in their investigation as they wanted to be sure that the information was correct. And after reviewing over 100 other accounts being banned for the same reason, they have confirmed the evidence is indisputable. Any questions, please do reach out, but we won't be able to lift the bans or transfer names from either of the accounts.
How would they know if it's paid services for it?
Because you're going to be unbanning it. Completely false, right? I've never been serviced on Omar's account once. I've never got anybody to go on my account and do any type of service ever. So both of the accounts, Bold and Omar, is what they banned. Bold, I'm not gonna lie, that one was at a series that I've done on YouTube, and a few strength levels was serviced from like 90 to 94 or something, but it wasn't 400 hours to do a permanently banned. They're saying that equivalent of 400 hours and it's a permanently banned. No, if anything, it should get a temp ban for that account, and Omar has never been serviced on. I gave them all the evidence that they need. I told them who uses the account, me and my 2 boys. They even go on it till this day to do tomes of a basket, and they go PKing on it. Even sometimes when I try to log in on stream, they're on just PKing or doing whatever. What I'm trying to get at here is my main point is Omar has never been serviced on, and Bold does not deserve a perm ban. Also, let me specify this as well. Account sharing has never been a problem beforehand. So they can't make that argument. It's never been bannable. A lot of other streamers...
It used to be, long time ago. I think it was kind of a silly rule in the first place, to be honest, to try and like scare people into not sharing an account with your friends. I understand wanting to crack down on paid account services that would do things like do Inferno for you or whatever. That I get. But just sharing an account with friends, I thought always just made sense. 100%, especially as a PKer. So, I know that it hasn't been something that they've been super super heavy-handed with bans on, but there was always that like fear for a while that if you share an account, you might face repercussions. But I always thought that was kind of misguided. Everyone, like especially growing up, everyone played on accounts together. Literally everybody. Things resub wheel, crowbar, and pugs. Was I ever into PKing on old school RuneScape? No. PKing's always been too difficult for me. Things resub Lustin. No, I'm still one Slayer away from maxing my account. I'm 850k away. I'm just doing it so slowly. I just do like 150k XP a week. I don't like grinding Slayer, so I've been taking it real slow.
A lot of other people do it all the time. So if they try to cover this up somehow by saying account sharing, it's not a thing.
Regarding account sharing,
you're going to do a max party? Yeah, I'll max party.
A cape, but maybe you want to let a friend on your account to use it and get the cape for you or anything, and you're not necessarily charging for it. While account sharing is against the rules, we will not actively take action against players casually sharing accounts for the purposes of community or social activities where there is deemed to be no risk to the game integrity. And all parties involved have a mutual acceptance of the account being used in that way.
I hit up Trident on Discord DMs, on the OSR's content creator Discord. Said, hey team, I'm going to be collecting bulk amounts of GP on Omar to pay for the ranks in my deathmatching CC. This way I could cover potential scams and giveaways for the CC. Please confirm I'm allowed to do this. If not, I will refund everyone who bought a rank in my CC. I'm pretty sure this is what Stella does and there hasn't been any problems. Thank you for your time. And I added Trident. He goes and replies.
So
and
Stella's
goes,
name was
no
just dropped
issues with
cold
that on
turkey
our
here.
end.
Who
Thanks for
is
the heads
Stella?
up. Now that I have 30 bill on my account and I've collected ranks and, you know, I've been making my bank bigger on RuneScape, they want to ban me now, right? It's obvious what they're doing. It's obviously targeting me.
It's
I've
Trident's
honestly
girlfriend.
opened this CC for you guys. I've been asked a lot from my community. Hey, OdaBlock, open a legit CC. Hey, OdaBlock, open a trusted CC. Because we know the scammer Stella has been scamming for years, over 100 bill plus debt, and haven't paid back literally a dime. So it blows my mind that this is being blown out of proportion, and I'm being targeted by Trident and Stella to the point they're saying they're finding evidence of me account servicing 2 years ago, and then saying, oh, it's a routinely checkup, a routine checkup, and that's why we banned you. From 2 years ago, like the information is just not right, right? How can you say that you account serviced a couple of years ago, but you did a routine checkup, so you're banning me now? It makes no sense, right? Let me elaborate on the targeting of the bans, right? I feel like this is a confusing part, and people are wondering why it's targeting. So the reason why it's targeting is because now I'm competition to Stella CC, right? And there's, you know, we have evidence that Stella and Trident are...
Are you still dating a J-Mod? Trident? Yeah.
And in cahoots with one another.
Okay.
And the reason why being so...
Okay. Interesting. Man, that shot a burp right into my fucking throat. I didn't expect that. This is like a serious, like a clap back on trying to, pronounce his innocence. Okay, interesting. For those that don't know, deathmatching, since the Sand Casino is taken out of RuneScape, deathmatching is kind of what's taken its place. So if you remember the Sand Casino, the old Al-Kharid dueling arena for staking, that's gone, so now people do deathmatching. So they have like these entire clan chats set up for deathmatching each other for big chunks of GP. No, I don't really see how it'd be competition, right? I still don't fully understand that. Because I feel like if you're going to deathmatch, it's not really going to matter which CC you're a part. I don't know, actually. I don't deathmatch myself, so I don't really know. Thanks to the resub, Frizz, Juice, and LaFlui. Why was Dual Arena removed? Because it was actually like the most degenerate thing you could do in RuneScape. It was just full-blown gambling. So Dual Arena and RuneScape, what you would do, and there was also tons of scams, and actually the amount of like really galaxy brain scams that went on there is crazy. There was actually someone that set up a website. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like dual arena odds, and it was used by a lot of people. And what they would do is when you use that site to calculate your odds of winning a duel against somebody else when you were staking, it would log your IP. And then when you were logged in on RuneScape, it would take your, like, these IPs, like this big repository of IPs, and it try and match them to the player. So that way, when you tried to stake against the person who had access to that on that website, it would then take that IP, and I can't remember, it wasn't a DDoS, but it would do something so that way you wouldn't have PID. PID is huge in staking, or was huge in staking, where you'd get like first hit, right? So what they would do is they'd send some kind of packet where it would like freeze you for like a split second so that way you wouldn't get PID. I'm so foggy on these details now because it's been years. But it was so intricate. But Dueling Arena was removed because of staking. It was just really degenerate gambling. People would like actually fall into actual gambling addiction through RuneScape. So they eventually took it down. But yeah, it was crazy. Like the Galaxy Brain shit was crazy. Thanks to Resub Roberto and Coleman, and the Prime Filipino, and the Resub Jax. That's a DDoS attack? Yeah, but they didn't DDoS. It was really just to force PID. I don't think they actually DDoSed. But they logged the IPs and did something with the IPs in order to force PID. Which was crazy.
And in cahoots with one another. And the reason why I'm being so serious because this is unfair. You know, I have people around me in my circle that are getting banned. Mother Rucker, I have a friend. I don't want to name names here, but he even got banned on his hardcore for RWT. And a lot of other friends that are being targeted just because they're around me and they're being banned and such. And I do believe it's Stella telling Tried It. Okay. And he's just finding random stuff to dig upon and then banning the people close to me and also myself. My friend was also banned at the exact moment that they DM'd me about my band. And they've all been banned around the same time as me. That's very weird, extremely weird, and I think you guys could confirm. It's obviously targeted. It's obviously because I'm competition against Stella and her CC's dying. So she's just trying to get me out or trying to destroy the CC, and that's fine. But you're just not going to get away with it, right? I'm pretty sure they thought we were going to just brush this under the rug and be like, let's make a new account. No, because if I didn't do anything wrong, I'm going to stand for what I believe in, and I'm going to sit there and be like, yo, boys, they're screwing with us, you know? I find me and my community very close, very solid. I love my community loves me. I'm not just gonna let this brush by. There has been times in the past where I've RWT'd, on multiple accounts, and I've gotten banned on every single one. And, you know, my brother would come in, yo, oh, you rucked up, don't even say anything, move on. You know, just tell the boys you RWT'd and you got banned. Some of you guys would laugh it off. Some of you guys would be like, damn, oh, come on now. But what I'm trying to say is I'm not gonna accept this one because I've never serviced on my account. I've never did any sort of account servicing on my account on Omar, and it blows my mind that they're making stuff up in order to ban me from my plus 30 bill plus bank and try to destroy the competition because I opened the CC with death matching. Just not gonna happen. And what blows my mind as well is remember that hardcore I made a series on, the Survivor account? I've admittedly openly to all the servicing I did to that account. All the people that went on her, Carlitos, Juan, Valeria. I know them, okay? I know them. And I've admitted to all the servicing on that account, and to this day, that account is still not banned. But now you find somehow account servicing from 2 years ago on Omar, and you're claiming that I've account serviced, and you're gonna just give me a perm ban immediately, and perm ban all my accounts that is connected to my IP. That's insane. Now let's talk about...
It feels like there has to be something more to it than that. I can't imagine like one mod has this kind of power, and especially not for a reason as simple as this guy's competition for my girlfriend's clan chat. Like there's got to be something more to it here. There's no fucking way. It's got to be something like on a personal level with the mods having a problem or something. I just find that hard to believe that they'd go this hard for one of the mods' girlfriends having a competing clan chat. That just doesn't compute. Thanks a Prime Rin, and the resub Quiz, Chris and Sui, and the tier 1 Chiseled. He just got promoted to the head of anti-cheating. Yeah, but even still, I just feel like even at that, even at that level of seniority, I feel like you're not going to be able to just make decisions willy-nilly at a company like Jagex without someone going through and checking. Or maybe I'm fucking stupid. They also had Mod Jed, who was literally working with Rot. So maybe they just don't have any of that in place. I'm not really sure. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
But the puppeteer, Stella. Stella's a RuneScape streamer that built her, how do I say this, her following from being a staker in game. There has been several instances of Stella being exposed for scamming other players for thousands of dollars worth of GP, as well as dozens of instances of her rigging giveaways for her own benefit. To this day, she allegedly has over $50,000 worth of debt to other players, on top of the money she has allegedly scammed from others as well. To get in the position that she is today, Stella would advertise her no armor pictures, her NSFW pictures, in her Twitch chat with an on-screen overlay. She would use these pictures and videos to entice men into her Discord channels to pay.
What a hustle. No armor photos, huh? Hey, that's the grind out there, though. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. There's a lot of terms here that if you don't know RuneScape, you don't really know what's going on. I guess I'll summarize those. RWT is real-world trading. So why he's saying that she owes $50,000 to people in the community is she owes about $50 billion to people that she has taken from the community, is what he's claiming. About 1 billion RuneScape gold is 1,000 real-world monies if you were to convert it. 1 million real-world doubloons. So when it came to things like staking, people would make full-time jobs out of it. Not anymore. Is it not $1 per mil anymore or anything? What is it? What's the going rate? I haven't bought or sold gold. I don't know what it is. Let's see. I'll look it up. Okay, so the price is it's even cheaper now. I thought it was 1 bill 1,000, basically 1-to-1. It's not. Okay, so then she owes closer to like 100 bill. There's the resub Bizarro and the resub Alex, Kaizen, and Metal. And Captain and Bubs in the Prime push. So there are people that use RuneScape as like an actual full-time job to farm gold and sell it on these services, because these services buy and sell gold from players, or they do it themselves, like through bot farms or something. But that's what a lot of people do. So that's what RWT is, and they have to crack down on it very hard. What is CC? Clan chat. So in RuneScape, you can start clans, and it's a CC. So you invite people in, they get to communicate in the clan chat and organize things through that. So like deathmatching CC, people go in there for the same mutual interest of deathmatching other players. So they sign up to I guess either Oda or Stella's CC, and they deathmatch through that, find each other. So it's like a guild. Basically just a guild. There's the Prime Zycross and the resub Watergeist and Stony. What do bikini photos mean in RuneScape terms? Well, they weren't even bikini photos. That was like full armor off based on that photo right there. That wasn't even bikini photos. This is like lighter stuff. She's in light armor on this one.
Her GP. This point would have no relevance. However, I believe this has played a big part in the corruption of a Jagex employee called Mod Trident. After amassing a decent following, Stella would be hit multiple times by the anti-cheat team for offenses of real-world trading, which means she sold in-game gold for real-life cash. She eventually got sick of these bans, so had to think of other ways to harbor GP instead. This birthed the creation of her Discord channel that organized death matches in RuneScape. She would charge people hundreds of dollars worth of GP to join this Discord and get a rank, which aimed to prove trustability among players. And this is where her puppet comes in. The puppet, Mod Trident. Mod Trident is a Jagex employee who's essentially Stella's doggy. He will ban players at Stella's command as and when she decides. Stella
No
came
way.
out publicly and stated that herself and Trident are dating, so you could understand why there may be some corruption in Trident's decisions when it comes to banning. If you so even win a death match against Stella, let's say you go on a streak and you win a couple of bills off Stella, she will command Trident to ban that player afterwards as well. Seen it happen too many times. Trident also stated that
That's something that he really should have provided proof for. That would have been super strong. I don't doubt the claim because that absolutely sounds like a big conflict of interest to have the fucking head of your anti-cheating mod team also be dating someone who's actively engaged in a really shady niche of that game. But that would have been really strong if Oda had played like a clip or proof of like mod Trident banning people that have deathmatched Stella. It's in the second video. Okay. Then he does address it in the later one. Like I said, I'm just catching up on it right now. So we'll see.
CC, and whoever is a deathmatching CC has to follow certain rules. There will be no such bots, for example, kick bots. Unfortunately, or should I say fortunately for Stella, the CC has been recorded to have such bots. Therefore, by the terms of service made by Mod Trident, it cannot exist. But obviously, this was swept under the rug. I knew this was going to happen, right? I knew that.
Okay.
Me making a CC, I would cause trouble with Mod Trident because of the correlation with Stella. I didn't think I would be permanently banned on all my accounts for random assumptions and allegedly me doing this or that. I didn't know he would go that far and he's that much of Stella's doggy, but unfortunately I was wrong. I don't know if maybe Mod Trident and Stella are selling gold on the low. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why Trident is backing Stella so much when she's a known scammer and has been scamming for years. And everybody in the Twitch section knows how much of a scammer she is. There's been hundreds of videos made about her and her scams. There's been a lot of content creators that have been talking about this as well. Even some even made videos about it. I know ChemQ, Pure Spam, and a few other people that have been talking about this corruption. And it seems that it's just been all brushed under the rug. If anything, he got promoted to like senior anti-cheating robot. I don't even know what the hell you want to call it, but you know what I mean. Another rule that Mod Trident stated in the deathmatching CCs, if anybody sold gold, they're obviously going to be banned. Stella has been known for selling gold for years. That's the only reason why she plays Runescape. She doesn't play Runescape because she enjoys it, or she makes content on it, or she likes to fletch logs, or even do herb lore, okay? She literally plays this game solely for IRL money. It's so obvious. She deathmatches 24/7, buys and sells gold on the fly. And the reason why she's protected and she has that shield is because of Trident. Stella has banned over maybe tens, 50s, or even hundreds, or even thousands of people. I've gotten messaged by a
Okay. Damn, there's a lot. I keep up with like all of that content. I mean, you all know RuneScape is my most played game ever. Like I'm deep into RuneScape. I'm still one Slayer level away from maxing my account. First time I've ever maxed any of my accounts. And I've never heard her name come up. And I watch like ChemQ and all that kind of content. And I must have missed that video because I haven't seen Stella's name once. Thanks to the resub Tiberius and Hero and Cobra.
a lot of my viewers.
But you don't deathmatch. That's true. Maybe because I don't deathmatch, I kind of stayed out of that pocket, so I never even heard about it. That's very possible, yeah.
A lot of other communities viewers, people all around telling me, Oda, use this, Oda, use that, Oda, can you show this, Oda, can you talk to the JMod? I've gotten people PMing me all the time about this corruption, right? About Stella banned me after winning me a death match, or Stella banned me and she told me that she would get me banned and I was banned the next day. People scammed, probably in her CC, but with one message to try to instantly ban, boom. 10s, 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands of people getting banned just by Stella PMing Trident immediately.
You know what? Give me a second. Let me just grab all these names. Rag for GP. Interesting. People pay you? That's RWT. Let's go. Who else? This guy? Nice account, buddy. I hope you don't RWT. It'd be a shame.
Let me specify as well. I have my own deathmatching CC, as you guys know. That's why we're in this
That was pretty
situation.
douchey from,
But you guys gotta
from
realize,
that. Yikes.
these people that got banned, have they really broke a rule? Think about it. Real quick, just think about it. RuneScape never regulates death matching. It's literally a PvP fight, sort of called. Yes, it's like gambling or staking, where you guys just sit there and hit each other and you guys agree upon the rules. But how are they getting banned when it's not regulated? So let's say I'm a scammer and I'm good lucking you 1 bill versus 1 bill, we're wearing the H. And I'm like, you know what? Screw this. Chris, I'm tabbing. And then you tab and you go to your house and you just scam that guy 1 bill. Obviously, you did him dirty. You guys agreed upon an amount and you teleported. You're a scammer, right? Theoretically speaking. But RuneScape doesn't regulate these rules. They don't even, let's be honest, they probably don't even want death matching. They never regulated it.
Well, they don't.
So how is Mod trying to...
Well, straight up, I remember after they removed the Sand Casino, I'm pretty sure in one of their Q&As, they literally mentioned that they don't like death matching, like 100%. We don't even need to speculate there, Oda. They legitimately don't like it, like at all.
Gonna go out of his way, because Stella shot him a PM and said, hey, this guy just scammed a 1 bill deathmatch and then permanently banned that guy immediately. This doesn't make any sense. Scamming a deathmatch is not against RuneScape's term of service. It's just against the CC itself's rules, so you're supposed to be banned from the CC. How is Trident banning random people for scamming in a deathmatch when RuneScape is not even regulating it? This means that Mod Trident has created his own rule and enforced a ban upon a player run game of chance. Mod Trident would also ban any competitors to Stella CC. So let's say you're a deathmatching CC and a lot of people know you and you're trusted. Mod Trident...
So, real quick, to be fair, even though it's not an explicit rule, RuneScape does have a rule against scamming in general. So you could, like, I really do think you could make a case, like, even if you are deathmatching, you could make a case like, this guy scammed me, he is a known scammer in this community, thus action should be taken. And I think they would be within their right to actually punish them for that. Even if it's not like an explicitly regulated portion of their game, it is still a blanket of scamming. Though clearly the way it's implemented here is more power tripping than actually looking out for the health of the community or whatever. But I feel like you could do that, and it would still fit well in line with their terms of service. CC... What? Oh, I didn't hear about that, Chip. Goddamn. Seems like a big onion. You don't think it's an abusive position? What? No, I just said this is clearly power tripping. I'm just saying on the whole, even though it's not regulated, you can still ban someone for scamming in something that RuneScape themselves doesn't like directly address as like deathmatching has these set of rules. If you break them, you're getting banned. It is still something where someone knowingly scammed another player. So you could still make an argument. But that's not what I'm saying. Or that's not what's happened here. That's not what Oda is saying. I'm just saying, like, if you are scamming, even though it's not like a Jagex approved activity you're scamming in, you could still face repercussion. They'd be within their right to do that. So, like, here's a good example. What was this scam called? The Telegrab scam? Fuck, I'm so foggy on this one. PvP world, you tell someone to telegrab, it busts them out of the safe zone, and they get PK'd and died. What was that? That had a name. No, it wasn't. It was a lure, but this one had a name because it was so well known. What the fuck was it with the telegrab? Used to do it at the Falador Bank. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But like that is scamming, and it is an activity that Jagex themselves isn't like enforcing rules of itself on. It is just point blank scamming. The people that it lured you there for the telegrab scam could face repercussion. So I feel like the same would extend to like deathmatch scammers. If they're a known scammer, like constantly scamming in that community, they could face repercussion, and it would make sense. No, that's what I'm saying. What's happening here is clearly an abuse of power, at least from everything I'm seeing so far from this video. Assuming it's all accurate, that would be an abuse of power and a big conflict of interest, having the head of the anti-cheat team dating a person who's already engaging in shady behavior. That is a problem. I'm just saying, like, the whole notion of Jagex shouldn't be enforcing, like, scamming protocol on things that they don't directly give a blessing to is a little not accurate to the way things work in the game. Thanks the bits Arrow and Herd. And tier 1 Ralph. And the resub Scour. The gift sub Hell.
Trident would completely destroy their CC. There's been proof of it, and he only wants Stella's CC to be open. Thus why even banning me. When Trident sent those PMs out, Stella was actively real world trading and not getting banned. She was running her new CC on her main account that she was real world trading on. Trident kept banning the EDM CCs that were made. He banned all CCs, just leaving Stella's CC open for people to join from there, for her to get a big advantage in the DMing scenery. The reason why that I'm getting perm banned and all this things that are happening and this whole operation is being blown out of proportion is because obviously I have such a big community and everybody trusts me, and they had to do something. They had to find something on me or make something up in order for me to get perm banned and try to tear down the CC as much as possible. See, in this video, it's showcasing of Stella RWTing. Now, let me specify. I never gave a crap if anybody real trades or has their own hustle or makes bread on the side or do whatever. But when you come at my neck and you permanently ban me for something I didn't do on all of my accounts, not even give me a warning, I wouldn't even take a warning because I didn't do anything, right? But when you come at my neck and you try to permanently ban me and ruin my CC and try to turn me down for no reason, then I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to retaliate and make you look like a fool. So this is her real world trading. You can literally see her Discord ID. That's why the guy was clicking on it. He pastes it, and it's obviously her, and he shows every information that you need in order to prove that it's her. I've been making RuneScape content on YouTube for 5 years. You know, the YouTube community probably doesn't even know this much, but RuneScape has always treated me like doggy. Let's just be honest here. I don't know if you guys know that, but whoever came to my stream, I've spoke about it there. They don't even follow me on Twitter, and they follow 50 viewers.
What the fuck am I looking at here? What are these messages? They've sent like 15,000 messages here without a single response. So is this a real world trader? It must be. Or, wait, what? Who, why am I not understanding? Oh, she deleted all of her messages. Oh. Ah. I forgot you can do that on Discord.
Streamers, I'm literally one of their biggest or the biggest RuneScape streamer. Until this day, they don't
if I just
follow me.
waited a
That's
little
fine.
bit
I'm not
longer, I
hurt
would
by
have
that.
understood.
It's just I really feel like they're targeting me. And when you come at my neck and you guys are permanently banning me for something I didn't do, I'm going to have to retaliate and show all this evidence and information that is provided by the community to get it through you guys' heads that like, yo, this is not right. Now, after you guys watching the video, you guys probably know that yes, she did end up getting banned. And like I said, boys, I don't care. Whoever RWTs or breaks rules has nothing to do with me. Make your money. I don't care. But that's not the point here. The point is that there's a lot of corruption going on. I'm going to get to the bottom of it because you guys came at my neck first. So let's say you join my CC and you don't join Stella's. And if Stella could somehow talk to you, PM you, or Discord DM you, she'll go ahead and PM you and threaten you with anti-cheat system. What that means is she's going to try to get you banned in some way, somehow, and, you know, try to screw you over. Through Trident, of course. I believe Trident is trying to weaponize what I said in recent events in order to mask his corruption. A lot of people thought this was Jagex taking actions about what I said. It's not. This is about the deathmatching CC. You know what he did? He achieved the goal of confusing everyone. I know I joke around a lot of things on stream. I joke around literally with everything, even with my own religion, which I do take very seriously. I'm a human, you know, I make mistakes. I just want everybody to live their life the way they just want to live it. I say some shit, but at the end of the day, I'm a loving guy. You know, boys, all I do is want to entertain. I crack jokes 24/7, even about me and, you know, say Wallet, say Walter White. You know, like we all joke around, even the way I say, you know, some Arabic or whatever. In Islam, we joke around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So forgive me if I offended you with any jokes that I've made, boys. You know me, I'm always cracking jokes. I like to be a fun guy, boys. I never like to be boring. I'm not with that normie tribe, if that makes sense. I like to crack jokes and have a good time, even if it's a little bit on edge. Now, boys, I don't even need to say you guys are gonna stand with me, because you guys already are. I know how you guys are. My community's strong, like steel. You understand? I hear a lot of content creators when they talk about me, they say, oh yeah, OdaBlock's community is toxic. OdaBlock is this, OdaBlock's that. But they always say one positive thing. You know what that is? They always say, I wish my community had my back like his. Because my community, they know when somebody screws with us, it's over. That's it. I'm hoping that we all stand together with our barrels gloves attached and we stand above this corruption. This is terrible. I'm not sending hate towards Jagak, whatever you guys want to call it. I'm really just, I feel like there's some corruption between the ranks or with the rank. And you guys could email them about the corruption. So don't be cringy, don't be weird. You know, just get straight to the point.
This was very interesting.
If you guys have been rooked by Trident's corruption, go ahead and send it there. And I'm gonna do the same. So if you guys got it down, go ahead and do that. Don't be hateful, don't be cringy. Just get to the point, boys. We're about our business, you know? We don't want this corruption BS.
What an interesting situation. This is like the only case I can think of where someone on the development team with a position of power like this was actively dating someone who was in a position where they were engaging in already shady behavior and then exploiting it, potentially, assuming it's all accurate. That is wild. That is such an interesting conflict. She got banned, so what's the problem? Well, he's still banned, and he is arguing that the ban is unjustified. So, in retaliation, he's trying to prove his innocence while also exposing what he believes to be corruption. And he's making a pretty strong case of corruption, I'll tell you that much. I don't know about his accounts. I don't fucking work for Jagex. It is weird that they'd hit not only his accounts, but his friends' accounts all within the same, like, hour, same day. That seems very fucking targeted. And with this relationship between the head of their anti-cheating team and a player in a rival gang, that's very fishy. Thanks to the Tier 1 Electronic. Hey, Jay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
First
Sorry,
off, I want to thank everybody
well.
for the moral support and everybody that's been supporting the videos and understanding what's happening. But I want to specify one thing. We shouldn't be harassing anybody or being toxic or disrespectful towards anybody. I want you guys to be respectful, get straight to the point, and obviously we want change. And the only way that's going to happen is if we respect everybody and, we apply that pressure, but in a respectful way.
They banned a
Now,
hardcore
lot
Iron
of
Man for
people in
real
the
world
last video were saying
trade, but
the
that
evidence
account
wasn't
can't even
strong
trade
enough.
people. Yeah, that's
This
what he said in the
picture
last
shown here was
video.
supposed to be in the first video, but I forgot to put it in. So this showcases that she knew that I was going to get banned the day before. Regardless, if you want to make the argument that she wasn't talking about me, she shouldn't know when somebody's going to be banned or not the day before. That just can't happen as a normal player. The anti-specialing team has to be investigating,
Doesn't matter if it's targeted or not. If he broke the rules, he deserves to get banned. Well, he's arguing that he didn't break the rules. That's the thing. He's saying that he never got paid account services, and that one of his accounts that he shared with a couple of his friends grinded like 4 strength levels with him for him, which is very casual account sharing, which Jagex themselves has said they don't crack down on, and it won't result in bans. So his whole case is that he is innocent of their claims, thus shouldn't have been banned. He admitted it. I just watched the whole video. When did he admit it? I just watched it. The account services that he mentioned was the 3 of his friends that he mentioned played on Bald. And then said multiple times that Omar has never had any account services. You think Jagex would make a statement about this? I'm not sure. Probably not.
talking amongst themselves, and then they do it. I don't know how a normal player like Stella is getting information beforehand on my band. It just doesn't make any sense. This screenshot also shows that Stella is in a position of power. She could threaten and scare normal players by just showing the display of power here. Just by using Trident's name and knowing this information beforehand, it's not normal. After the last 2 videos I made, I actually got sent a lot of evidence and a lot of things that were brought to light to support my argument. This also has been translated from Swedish to English, so some translations may not be perfect. This screenshot was sent by a viewer regarding his ban by moistcritical. I've blurred the name of the mod.
Damn it. Wanted to read it. Okay.
Tried it. I've blurred the name of the moderator just to protect his identity. Actually, I've sent this to Jagex, and it's now under investigation as well. This conversation also took place around 2 months ago. The moderator himself asked for a list of account names that were banned by moistcritical. The moderator was also specifying to the viewer, or his friend, that if the accounts were banned by RWT, he would be extremely disappointed. And he hopes that he wasn't lying about corruption. The viewer asks, is there any proof of the rules that he has broken? The moderator also answers that these things take time and he's gonna have to wait. The moderator then asked, why would these accounts be banned? The viewer then gave an explanation on why these players have been banned in the past. He also mentioned how often Mod Trident is mentioned in the CC. In response to the allegations that the viewer gives, the moderator then highlights the severity of this situation. Then the mod then explains that these things can't be solved very fast. The viewer then continues to give proof that there's been false bans in the past. The viewer then voices his concern on who is handling the case. The mod then asks the viewer, is it just Trident himself or is it the whole team? The viewer also specifies that this has been going on for way too long without anything being resolved in terms of corruption and false bans. The moderator then replies and says if the bans were false, they will be reversed. A month then passed with no resolution. After the viewer brought this up again to the mod, he then specifies that it's not his job anymore and he doesn't want to be involved in this basically. The viewer then asks the mod if he's aware of Mod Trident and Stella. In response, the mod basically says, stop whining about it, and he can't do anything for you. The viewer then specifies how much of a big deal this could be regarding the bans. The mod then repeats and says, I have nothing to do with this, and this is not my problem. Also, I just want to specify that, remember, this conversation started 2 months ago. As of yesterday and last night, there still has been no help and no further, steps into solving this problem. This has been a well-known problem for over 2 months. There's people all around that voice their concerns directly to the staff members that work alongside Trident. They've all been brushed off, told that there's nothing that can be done. So it's...
Well, that's not surprising, though. I'm just shocked the moderators even listen to or read a single message from just the community DMing them. That's the most surprising thing about these screenshots to me. I feel like for something of this scale, they'd have to conduct an internal investigation, and for that, they're not going to be communicating too much with, like, the outside community about it. I think the tier 1 Sly and the resub Tree and Stinkiest and Zaza. But from the screenshots, it seemed like the mod was receptive to the potential of corruption. So then maybe they'd escalate the problem and then they wouldn't be able to talk about anything going forward. Maybe? I don't know. It's hard to really get a whole lot from those DMs.
Seems when Trident bans somebody, it's final. And then there's going to be no help from other staff members afterwards. So this is the picture. If Trident bans you, only he can reverse it. Nobody else. These issues have literally been ignored for much longer than the screenshots even show. It's just crazy to me that you can bring an obvious issue to Jagex and then there's nothing that can be done about it. But now, somebody with a platform and a loud voice can finally show the corruption within the anti-cheat team. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. Imagine how much more corruption
sounds kind of like fake DMs.
scenes.
True, the DMs
What
could have
we
been
don't
faked
see,
as well.
What we do see. It seems that Trident only has a say on bans, and once he says something, it's final. We've already seen a lot of corruption through Trident, the evidence provided on the last couple of videos and the evidence provided in this video. Now, what we don't know is how many more things is he doing behind the scenes? What evidence is being covered? What more is he doing for Stella? Is there more corruption that we can't see? Is there things that are being deleted that we don't know about? You see what I'm saying?
Whoa.
This next clip is...
Whoa. We got ourselves a little unexpected, uninvited guest in here. Hold on. Not on my watch. Well, that couldn't have gone worse. Okay. No, it was just a spider, not a cockroach. And I just missed it, but it fell, and now I'll never find it again. Fucking huge. Love that. Love that. Tragic.
Is a response by Stella.
Thanks,
That's replying
Bitscat,
to a viewer
Resub J.
that said OdaBlock CC is immune to bans.
But they're not immune. What's gonna happen is Jagex is gonna go through the list, start banning everybody. And then people are gonna start realizing, like, holy shit, rule breakers cannot actually run a CC. Do you think those people that are ranked right now in their CC, not rule breaking, do you think they're not RWT? They haven't just been brought to attention. So if they start DCing, do you think they're gonna still wanna, like, run the CC? No one's gonna wanna be affiliated with it.
She tells everyone exactly what's literally gonna happen the next day.
Jagex is gonna go through the list, start banning everybody.
And that rule breakers referring to me can't run a clan chat.
And then people are gonna start realizing, like, holy shit, rule breakers cannot actually run a CC.
How the hell can she have this information a day before my ban? But then Jagex comes and tells me they can't give information about an ongoing investigation.
Well, that's no good.
So unless another Jagex mod is telling Stella inside information, it must be Trident. Now, is there another member of the anti-cheat team giving Stella this information? I think it's much more likely that the person she has a romantic relationship with is giving her that information.
That's just general stuff. I would agree with you that that's just general stuff, but at least according to this was the day before he actually got banned, and the people there also got banned. That timing is not a coincidence when she is dating the head of these bans. That's not a coincidence. No shot. Thanks, Risa Banana Milk. And the Prime Snack and Give Sub Sino and Risa Blank. Also, assuming all of the claims against her for real world, well, it seems like there is a lot of evidence against her for scamming and real world trading. So she too should have been the victim of not being able to run a clan chat and having her shit purged. That's throwing stones from a glass house.
Ma Trident. You know what's crazy? She
Thanks
mentions
for 5
that
gift
we're
subs, big
obviously
boy.
rule breaking. Stella, you rule break every single day and it's overlooked by that doggy of yours. Yeah, I said it. Her account literally on stream has, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 800 total level, 99 strength, attack, defense, and HP. Literally built for deathmatching. You know what? Let's get serious here. How about this? I'll donate $5,000 to any charity if Jagex goes on Stella's account and see if all the IPs match to everything that she's ever done on that account. $5,000 USD to any charity that Jagex wants. What's the difference between my account that got banned and hers? Because I guarantee you that she did not train even one strength level by herself. It's literally made for deathmatching. She only plays this game solely for RWT. I want this investigation to start now, not 3 weeks from now when she's already sold all the gold or the gold has magically disappeared.
Damn.
I want this investigation to start now. So Jagex, I'm calling you guys out on that. Go ahead and search her account and go see how many account services she's done, because I guarantee you she's not even... Bro, ask her how to do a grimy Raynar. Ask her how to make a strength potion. Ask her, fuck it, ask her what is NMZ. I want you guys to grab my account and compare it to Stella's account. First of all, she got half and half of my total level. She literally has 1 range, 9 slayer, and 99 combat stats, all she needs for deathmatching. Her account literally looks like it's been made in Venezuela. Now what bothers me is that I've been streaming on Twitch for about 6...
The reference to Venezuela is for a period of time when Venezuela's economy collapsed. People were making like their living to survive through grinding RuneScape and selling the gold, RWTing the gold through RuneScape. It was actually so big that Venezuelans had the most sway in the game, RuneScape's economy. So basically the Venezuelan gold farmers were literally the driving force of the market in the game. That period being 2023. I thought that I thought it stopped last year, right? I didn't think they were still being that prominent in the RuneScape economy. No, it's still going on. Oh, I didn't know that. That I did not know. I thought last year was like they started to kind of fizzle out.
years, every single day, consistently. Probably the most consistent RuneScape streamer you'll see. I don't even have a day off. And then I've been doing RuneScape content on YouTube for about 5 years now, consistently. All types of unique content, new content every day. There's even been waves and eras that people love in my streaming and my YouTube videos. What bothers me is that Stella has only been promoting deathmatching and staking. So what I don't understand is I'm getting punished for something that I've done 2 years ago, and so-called they have evidence of me account servicing, when I've never paid anybody to do anything on Omar, and I've never ever paid anybody even in the game to do anything on Omar. Until they show me that transaction, I'll be happy, which they will never find. Stella, which her account has literally been serviced on, 1 range, 9 slayer. She probably doesn't even know how to do cook's assistant, bro. It's just, I'm sorry, I'm passionate, you know? And it just bothers me that all these things are being overlooked on her account. And I would just like Gegex to check her account and do all the things that they've so-called done to me, which made me get a perm banned. Make sure you do it now, not 3 weeks from now before she sells all the gold. Thank you. Remember, these are routine checkups, they claim. So what is routine about bringing up an offense that I did about 2 years ago and claiming that I did account services? I'm trying to tell them, show me any transaction of me paying for any service and you can ban Omar. They can't. It's not possible. That account has never been serviced. Now, I want you guys to put it in perspective. Compare it to the recent RWT and servicing that's been done in Stella's account. Why has nothing been done to her? She literally RWTs every day. Her crypto address is there every single day updating. $353, $476. She literally real trades small amounts every single day and nothing is done. And Trident just overlooks it. You know why? Because of her dragon plate skirt and her dragon plate body, unfortunately. Also, what are these screenshots here? I went ahead and I blurred out your information for your privacy. And we could cross-check this BTC address and we could easily see that you've been real-world trading and this is your Bitcoin address. Funny thing is, you still accept payments to this day on that same address. The last thing you sold was a few days ago, which was about exactly 1 billion GP of gold. Stella is still managing to sell GP in increments every single day or every few days and getting money sent to that Bitcoin address.
That is interesting.
Obviously, it's getting overlooked by Trident. Now, boys, I got a piece of information that's going to drive you guys absolutely insane. I've saved the best information for last. Now, boys, I want to put this in perspective. Imagine being a CC owner in a deathmatching clan. Now, let's be honest. It's tough to, to keep track with the scammers, the people that you guys want to get banned, kick them out of the CC. RuneScape communities already have all plugins made. Everybody uses plugins to this day. And as you can see, we even developed one ourselves. And of course, Stella was looking for somebody to do this for her as well. Why would an anti-cheating specialist at Jagex be spending time developing a CC Watch plugin without announcing it anywhere? I could only assume it was made for the Stella deathmatching CC in order to help kick users. Has to be. You know what? I'll help him out because I like supporting the community and the boys. Everybody in the chat, go ahead and install it yourself and whoever would like to try it out. DMCC Watch plugin. You know what? Maybe even develop your own kick boss if they're allowing it. I mean, why else would you install this plugin? So this is how it works. You can put anybody's name down and you can see them enter or leave your CC whenever. You can get notifications of people you have in the list joining your CC so you can kick them. What the list is, you write somebody's name down, kick them immediately, or you can get notifications if they're going in or out of your CC. You know what? Even better. You can automatically put in your own server to have a bot or a server kick them out for you automatically. It's a shame you didn't tell the community about this, Trident. What are you doing, buddy? Trident, I honestly don't know why you would keep a beautiful...
What is the fucking purpose of that? Is it to kick out anyone from her CC that also would have joined Oda's DMs or deathmatch CC? That's the only purpose of it? Why? Thanks for resub Zeb, Boss, Colonel, Rhythmic, and Tier 1 Ash. Just because it's petty bullshit. So people can't set her up. Set her up in what way? What would the setup be? I joined Oda's DMCC, and then I went and I joined Stella's. What can I do now to fuck her? I don't understand. What would it be? Nothing's really changed. For exposing real-world trading. Yeah, but I could go right now on my account, join her CC, and be like, Stella, I just saw all of this evidence of you real-world trading from these 9 different YouTubers. And I would have never joined Oda's DMCC. So this plugin would have been useless against me. You'll get kicked. Yeah, but I'd get kicked without this plugin, too. I don't really see what the plugin does. This seems so worthless. It gives you a notification for when someone leaves, and you can ban by name. Oh, so... Well, thank you. Now that makes a lot more sense. So you can't rejoin. If you're banned by name like that, you cannot rejoin. So it works like a whitelist then. Oh, okay. Okay, now I get it. Now I understand. Gotcha. Gotcha. Thanks to the bits, Mad, and the resub. Infi. Kickbots are not allowed. Bro, I didn't even know kickbots were a fucking thing.
Amazing plugin secret when we could all use this too. You know what, guys? Feel free to use it. You can set it up you guys yourselves. The fact of the matter is, boys, is that Trident's only contribution to the scene is to a community heavy with real-world traders and scammers. The funny thing is, it's been made about like 2 months ago. I don't know what else I could say, you know? Appreciate all the boys supporting me. Love you guys, man. But at the end of the day, this is some BS. You know what's crazy? For 6 years, I produced content on this game. Consistently bringing new players into the game. I was even hosting my own tournaments. The only time my name was ever allowed is when my supporters would literally force it down with golden gnomes. We won 2 golden gnomes with Runescape. Best streamer of the year twice. And then I have staff blocking me on Twitter. And I've never even tweeted at them once. I don't know why, but some certain staff members have some hatred towards me. They can't even bear or see or even hear my name on their Twitter pages. I'm not sure why, honestly. Not to sound egotistical or anything, but I'm the most viewed OSRS content creator across every platform. And this is the thanks that I get for the viewership I bring to the game. You know, I'm the most popular PvP player and I have continuously keep PvP entertaining with such lack of updates. Bro, it even got so bad that I had to move over to PVMing to try to revive the group Hardcore Iron Man game mode. Hundreds and thousands of people made accounts and paid for bonds because of watching me play it. Over 1 million YouTube views on that alone. But yeah, I'm the problem with the community. Nice. When you profit so much from me by playing the game, you think that you would have at least a bit of appreciation. I appreciate some of the Gegex staff, and I have love for them. You know, they've shown some support, some love throughout the year, certain individuals. And I'm sorry if I made this week hell for you. All jokes aside, you know, I'm not trying to do that. I just feel like I've been wronged. But you know what? I won't sit back and be a punching bag when I know there's things wrong. You know, I don't even feel like this is a tough decision, so I'm not gonna lie and say that it is. I've sent all the information to Jagex to investigate the situation, and I have sent more evidence I couldn't include in the video. Until I hear back from Jagex, I will not be playing the game. I'm sorry if this gets people pissed off, but I'm not going to be playing the game until then. So boys, take care.
What a wacky situation. That was a lot deeper than I expected it to be based on the cliff notes that I saw. Interesting. Ugh. I don't think it's necessarily up there with like a mod Jed situation. Well, actually, I guess it could be. Depending on how long this has been going on for. I guess we don't really know the full scale of it. There's a resub, Dapo, Star, and MILF. What's mod Jed? Oh, wow. Mod Jet is infamous. This is one of those rare... That was one of the rare ones that actually extended beyond RuneScape as well. Mod Jet was a huge, huge thing. So basically... Well, this kind of sums it up really quickly for you. He was one of the devs on RuneScape. He was in bed with a clan called Rot. Reign of Terror. And Rot had a reputation in the community for doing a lot of questionable things like DDoS attacks during like Deadman, whatever. But one of the big things was real-world trading. And Mod Jed actually, as a side hustle, worked with Rot to basically exploit his position in order to real-world trade effectively with Rot and enable others to do so as well. It was a lot. So he'd do things where he would be able to use his position, turn what he was doing into gold to be sold on the secondary market, which is against terms. It was pretty interesting. He made a lot of money. Well, him and a lot of Rot members made a lot of money from it. He would take money from players in their banks. I don't remember him taking money from players in their banks, but I remember he would steal accounts. I remember he would take players' accounts. Which I guess is taking money from their bank too once he gets the account, I guess. But I remember him taking full accounts. He stole 46 bill from a player. Oh, yeah, it seems a lot of people are reporting that. So I might just not be remembering. Because this was quite a while ago. Thanks a resub. Gang in the Prime. Ospio. How did he get caught? I actually don't remember how he got caught. I really don't remember. Maybe I'm sure chat remembers how he got caught, but I don't. Watch the 4th video. No, just give me the... I already know the whole story. I am a huge fan of his content. But I already know the whole story. I actually just don't remember the ending now. Which is like one of the most important parts. Thanks, Risa, Brandon, and the bits, Tiffy. He was spoofing other employees' accounts to do his stuff, and when those employees were going to be disciplined for things they didn't do, it got further investigated. Nice. That's a good point. I feel like given the history of like Jagex mods, like Mod Jed doing awful things, they should be taking the claims against Mod Trident very seriously and in conducting a full investigation ASAP. The last thing Jagex needs is another situation like that with a mod abusing their power. Thanks, the resub Greninja. Have you seen the new teaser for the Godzilla and Kong movie? Yeah, it was cool. It was pretty cool. Thanks to the resub Dominicus. Did you see Mod Jed won his employment discrimination lawsuit? Someone in chat just told me that he was actually acquitted because the judge didn't understand and they actually ruled that he was unfairly terminated from his position. I don't know if that's true or not, but I could absolutely see that happening, especially in UK. Thanks to Prime Hiko. Thanks to resub Aces. Mod Jed was a ROT member before he worked at Jagex, joined Jagex while still a ROT member, hacking opposing members' accounts, leaked information for them for big prize pool tournaments, and even took people rare one-letter RSNs that are worth a couple thousand and gave it to people in his own clan. He did actually beat the case, yeah, but people said he fled to Argentina. Interesting. Did I see the trailer for the revival of Takeshi's Castle? No, but I'm imagining it's kind of a flop, considering I haven't heard anything about it, and Takeshi's Castle is, like, iconic. This? Oh, this is just your video. I'll wait for, like, an official thing if that's real. Unrecord gameplay. Yeah, I saw it. This was all over Twitter. Unreal 5, right?
fired! Shots fired!
Graphics are crazy now. I know. Like, this actually looks like, what was it, Rocket Jump? A Rocket Jump video? Like old Freddie Wong. No way this is real. It's made in Unreal. The game itself, though, probably not. This is all probably just proof of concept. This is what it will look like in-game. Yeah, assuming the game actually gets made. It's all lighting. Well, it's more than just lighting, brother, I'll tell you right now. Unreal 5 is crazy. But yeah, lighting is obviously a big part of it.
Where the fuck is Oscar?
Yep. Looks pretty fucking wild. I'm ready for a terabyte game. Yeah, it'll be at least a terabyte. Makes the resub fun. And the resub Frankenstein. Oh, so wait, is there something that officially came out then, George? Because I didn't see anything about it. Here, I'll look right now. Give me 2 seconds. I don't see it. Okay, I'm gonna go fill up my water real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Thanks for 5 gift subs, Zooted, and the resub Spiron, and Left Eye. Be right back. Thank you for the 10 gift subs, Zooted. And the resub Clog. Appreciate that. Thank you for that. The Takeshi's Castle reboot is supposed to premiere on Amazon Prime tomorrow. They filmed last year. What's it called? I know, I saw Twilight's coming back. Thanks to Prime Spoon. Thanks to resub Bryce. Yeah, I just don't think it's just... I doubt they're just calling it Takeshi's Castle. Thanks to Prime, Scaffy. And the bit's Liam. Probably not Liam. Amazon JP Takeshi Castle. This? Oh, no English subtitles at all. Executive Nosferatu. There's some spin.
34年前人気を博したゲームの数々が令和になって大復活。まずは龍神池。
Doesn't look as dangerous this time around. This looks very Wipeout-esque.
続いても竹市場の代名詞ジブラルタル海峡。
Thanks for some tan.
これももう竹市場を代表するゲームですけどね、これがなんて言ったって言いづらいんですよ。ジブラルタル海峡。
いやいやわかる。これなんか練習したもんね。ジブラルタル海峡。
ジブラルタル海峡。
This looks super hard. Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
キノコでポンですよ。竹市場にはポンがつくゲームがいっぱいありますけどね。
代表的なやつですよ。
そうですね。
シリーズの中で。
そうですね。これはですね、本当にスタッフのやらしさが詰まったゲームですね。
わかります。
I actually don't even remember how you win Takeshi's Castle. I think if you survive, you win. Like, just living is enough.
他にも懐かしのゲームが超スケールアップして続々登場。
Thanks for
さら
recent
に
tan.
竹市場の英知を集結してとんでもなくパワーアップさせた令和版ゲームを作り上げました。
そう、今回復活するにあたってとんでもなく恐ろしいゲームが新登場。まずはブロックブロック。
ブロックブロック。
これはスケールがでかい。2個でかい。
Like a FromSoft game. Yeah, kinda.
いるんだよね。出てくんだよね、いろんなゲーム。
出ますから。
新しいゲームに関してはもう大きさもすごいんだけど、なんかこうだからゲ
Thanks to
ー
give
ム
some
の中に
Acme
入って
and
る
resub Wiggle and Vasto.
すごい楽しいよ。
ね、進化してると新しいのはまた当時見てた人もね、こんなのがあるんだね。
This looks nice.
でもやっぱ竹市
I'm surprised no one at all is talking about it. Takeshi's Castle is one of the most beloved fucking shows ever, thanks to MXC.
そうですね。危険なシーン多いよね、今回ね。
ただみんな笑いながら帰ったって。
確かに。これ何倍もね。
This is Wipeout. Yeah, it's very Wipeout-esque now. But it seems like they still have creativity there.
楽しみにしてください。
That mushroom one was nice, that bridge one was nice.
竹市場プライムビデオで復活。あの伝説の番組が令和に帰って。
There's a tier 1 puppy. What happened to it? What? MXC? They just finished. Or Takeshi's Castle? Also finished. They're just very old. Takeshi's Castle was like early 90s. MXC was early 2000s. New Insidious horror movie trailer. Ugh. Ugh. God damn. Yeah, hopefully it'll be fun bad. I need to watch like the whole Insidious series. I don't think I ever even watched like the second or third one. Maybe they're fun bad. Fourth one was just fucking terrible. I don't even remember it being fun bad. How many are there? 5. I think 5. There's the Prime Hydra. What's the whole plot? Just scary ghosts? It's actual just generic horror schlock possession, and then they go to like the Shadow Realm to fucking fight it. True Zooted, it is. That series is so good. Isn't this guy in The Conjuring 2? Yeah, he is. He plays the Lorraines. Or is it Warrens? I don't remember. I think it's the Warrens. Oh, it's Ed and Lorraine Warren. Okay, that's why I got confused, yeah. That's an actually good horror film you've seen. Hereditary. That's like the only one. Of the modern age. Did you like Smile? Yeah, Smile was fun. But I don't think I'd ever call it like a good horror movie or anything. It wasn't like scary. But it was like surprisingly competent. It really was. Do you actually like horror? Oh, horror is probably one of my favorite genres. So often some of the best fun bad movies and fun bad games are horror. It is just a medium that is explored by so many people because it's so cheap to do, and it leads to just the most abominable pieces of shit. Thanks the resub, Opie. And the resub hunt. Whew. Never watch X or Pearl. No, I didn't see either one. Thanks to Prime Cornelius. Heard of X. I don't remember Pearl. What was Pearl? ...2020 film. Subtitles is subtitled at an extraordinary origin story. Oh, that's A24. God, these are so fucking hit or miss. I don't think I ever saw this trailer. Ugh. Thanks a resub. Real. The Saw films are hilariously bad at times. That's what Kaya was saying. I need to rewatch those as well. The first one I remember being good. Jigsaw, the one right before Spiral, I remember being awful. Spiral, a lot of people complimented, but Kaya was talking about Spiral, and everything he described was so bad. The Prime Diabetes and the bits zooted. Yep, the Purge series is trash. The first one's good, the rest are just bad. Watch The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Okay, I'll check it out.
Evil is on board. Powerful evil.
We call him Dracula.
Spoiled the whole movie in the title. Yeah, it's ruined. Thanks, resub Kizzy. Won't the sun come up the next day and just kill him? That's a great fucking point. Why would a vampire be haunting a ship and kill them while they're out at sea? There's no way he could sail that shit himself, and I don't think a vampire can fly that far back to shore. He would just be stranded out there. He'd have to just stay below deck forever. That's a great point. Thanks to 10 gift sub, serious joke. Thank you for that. And the resub spirit. Oh yeah, I used to love that song, Crimson. What do you think would make horror movies better? instantly what would make horror movies better if they would stop just following the exact same formula from every horror movie before them. Every horror movie has the exact same blueprint, without fail. Actually, without fail. All the characters are the same. Every jump scare is telegraphed. All the tension building is usually super ineffective because it's just so derivative. Things a bit zooted in the resub patty. Less jump scares and blood for scares, more fucked up ambiance, and then even us, the viewer, only understand the horror when it's too late. Not even, man. You can still do jump scares and all that if you want, and blood, whatever. But one thing that people fail to understand is that the scariest thing to a person is their own imagination. That's why people are afraid of the dark. You imagine shit and you scare yourself. A horror movie, most horror movies, blow their load and immediately show you all the things you're supposed to be afraid of. And they do it really inefficiently. They never take the time to actually build on the audience suspense and the audience imagination, which will always be the scariest thing. Nothing can scare a person like their own imagination. Nothing you show them will be scarier than what they imagine. Have you seen Barbarian? I liked Barbarian. I wouldn't call it a horror movie, though, to be fair. I don't see what about it's really a horror movie. It's just a weird movie. But it's good. Come up with a concept for a horror film you think would genuinely have you on the edge of your seat? I have. I have actually 3 horror movies, all of which are drastically different from each other, and all of which I think would be fucking bangers. But there's no way I can, sell the concepts or anything. One of them I actually talked about on stream a while ago. This is a free concept for anyone. I think one of the best things you can do, like I mentioned, with playing on people's own imagination, and this isn't part of the 3 that I'm mentioning here, but one concept I think would be cool, is if you played off the whole auditory anomaly where people hear something different even though they're hearing the same. The actual sound is one thing, but people are hearing 2 different things because of just the way the human body works. So ears are picking up the different frequencies like Yanny and Laurel or Green Needle and Brainstorm. So you design a whole movie around that concept where different audience members are going to hear different things, so that way when they talk to each other, they have a very different experience. One day someone will use that, but it won't be me. Mother is a great horror movie. It is not. That movie was trash. Wow, dude, I totally did not hear that. Woo. Man, what are you talking about? 100% if you and your friend went to a movie right now, a horror film, and let's take a generic concept. It's about possession. And the possessed guy is hearing a bunch of voices and shit that you're not hearing because of however it's interlaced. I already forgot how the actual phenomenon works. You're not hearing it, your friend's hearing it. and then your friend's talking about those voices, and you're like, I didn't hear that shit, your friend is going to be extremely concerned and think you're fucking with them. Like, I don't understand how you don't see the potential with that to play off of, like, the actual audience experience of being two different things while seeing the same movie. That's a gimmick. It's just part of the concept. Thanks, Resubcron I think that's such a banger. Thanks, Resub T-Chan. And the Resub Samperino. What are your other two ideas? Well, that wasn't one of the three I was talking about. I just think that's a really cool concept to integrate into a horror movie. Thanks, the Resub Turtle. And the Resub Sinus. One day, maybe I'll do something with them. And the Resub Fjord. Thanks, the Resub Big Mac. And the Prime Jake or Jack. I don't think the Five Nights at Freddy's movie will be any good, but I'm hoping it'll be fun bad. Thanks, Tier 1 Platonic. Have you seen the They Hear It short? No, I can't say I've heard of that one. Thanks, Resub JDR. India just overtook China in population. Oh, that's big. And thanks to the Prime Graph and the Resub Big Head. Will you play through Blasphemous before the second one comes out? Is that the 2D game? I can't remember. Yeah, it is. Probably not. Beau is Afraid comes out tomorrow, and it looks like it'll be a pretty wild movie. I just think it's gonna be shitty. I really do. Everything. Oops. Everything. How the fuck do you spell Beau again? It's B-A-U. Everything I've seen from it just looks so fucking lame. I really like Ari Aster, but I don't know. Midsommar was just not it. Hereditary was amazing right up until the ending. And this just looks not great. I'll give it a whirl, but I'm not expecting much. I think it's a prime flush from the resub big head. Yeah, a lot of people have convinced themselves they like Midsommar. I just don't believe them. There was just literally nothing to like about it. It was such a purposeless film. I think it's a resub chibi. Like that whole, I'm not gonna get into spoilers. It's not that old of a movie. It's meant to be polarizing. That's fine. It can be meant to be polarizing. I'm just on the other side of people that think it's bad. He's a resub Fisto. That's kind of wacky, Andy. And the resub body. You've been keeping up with the World Chess Championship? I have not. I have not been watching, I'll be honest. I've heard it's pretty hype, but Magnus isn't playing in it, so it's kinda not that interesting, because I feel like you don't have the best player in the world. It's, I don't know, kind of underwhelming. I think it's a bits better. Hear James Wan might direct a Dead Space movie. Didn't hear that, but that does sound nice. Have you seen Skinamarink? Mm-mm. Can't say I have. Magnus is a bitch all because he lost. That's a crazy take. I think what it is he is so good that he just felt like there was no reason to even stress about the chess championship, so now he's just memeing and shitting around on stream with friends and having fun. He's a resub 80s guy. Prime Killzone. The Boogeyman Trailer 2. Enough horror movie trailers, man. I don't think there's anything interesting coming out on that front. Stephen King was trying to hype people up for it on Twitter. Oh, cool. Have you watched Suzume? No, I've heard a little bit about it though, but I haven't seen it. Oh yeah, Evil Dead Rise comes out, doesn't it? I'll watch that. I think it's the resub. Fett live action Minecraft movie. Yeah, that'll be awful. I'm excited for that. Alright, I think I'm gonna go to bed. I'm getting tired. I'm gonna restart my computer tonight so that way tomorrow we can maybe play a little Valorant, see how that feels. I haven't played that in a couple of years. Alright, thanks for tuning in, new subs, welcome. Oh, actually, no, Jedi Survivor's the next day. Then we got Jedi Survivor, which will be nice. Alright, thanks for tuning in, new subs, welcome aboard. Sub means a lot. Thanks for subbing. Enjoy the emotes, sleep well. See you tomorrow. No, it's not. What? Isn't it the 21st? Oh, no, it's the 28th. God damn it. Yep, you're right. It's 28th. Okay, see you tomorrow. Thanks again. See ya.